What is homeschooling is a difficult question to answer because it's something different to so many people. For everyone, it is schooling your children at home or having them schooled at home as opposed to going to a public or a private school. However, what homeschooling actually looks like for each family varies enormously.
I've always wanted to homeschool Donna because she studies so well on her own and learns so much so quickly.
I chose to be homeschooled because I didn't like all the drama and all of the craziness that happens at school. Like, there would always be big fights with my friends, and I didn't like that, and I didn't like how much pressure the teachers put on me.
The main reason was because she was so stressed out by the complexities of the middle school that seemed to be unnecessary. She would come home and for an hour and a half she'd be complaining about things that happened.
There's the class sizes, there's the attitudes that mainstream kids tend to have. I remember when I was a kid, by third grade, I hated school, I hated homework, I hated learning. I didn't want my kids to be like that. I wanted them to really love learning, and homeschooling gives me the opportunity to help them do that, to introduce them to it, to give them new ways to love that, and for them to be outside of those attitudes and not exposed to them.
The main way Donna has benefited from homeschooling is that she feels much less intimidated by the day-to-day schedule and pressures of peer pressures and worrying about the teacher or various melodramas that occur all the time. And without all that, she's able to focus more on what she really wants to focus on, which is the schoolwork.
I do a lot of crafts, like I bead, I draw, I paint, I sew, and I do a lot of history. I do history of like dogs, and I have a coin collection, so I study the coins and their history and what they're made of and where they're from. Some of the responsibilities I have while working at the holistic healthcare clinic is that I have to help prepare the food for the practitioners, and I have to help with short little trips like carrying paperwork or helping people or helping the patients find where they need to go.
I have enjoyed teaching Donna mathematics very much because it gives me a chance to interact with her more than I normally would, and also because I like math and I'm not really particularly good at math, so it gives me a chance to practice and go over all the different lessons as they come up.
I have a little pond outside. I made it by myself. I just took an old sandbox, filled it up with water, put some moss and some dirt on the bottom, and then I went up to a pond and a stream and I caught some little fish and some tadpoles and I put them in there, and now it's kind of thrived as its own little ecosystem.
Homeschooling has benefited my children in their availability to do things like a myriad of field trips, vacations, trips when things are not crowded. We get to go to the museum and they get to actually experience each thing as opposed to running through the museum and sort of looking like, oh, or the zoo, oh, there's the bears, and you go on to the next one. We sit and we take the time and we talk about it and experience it.
One of the downsides being homeschooled is that I don't get to see my friends as much, and I can't see them every day like I would in school, and I can't hang out and just play with them whenever I want. I have to call them and try to schedule some time when they're free and I'm free, and I don't get to see them that much. A few things that I like about being homeschooled is that I have more freedom to do things that I like, and I have a lot more time. So I can do things in the middle of the day that I couldn't do before, and I can have more time outside, and I can spend time with my animals more.
So I'd like to add how homeschooling has benefited myself and my family as a whole. You know, schools are always saying that your kids learn better with parental involvement, and they really want parents involved. You don't get more parental involvement than this. I know my kids, I understand them, their motivations, what they're thinking about, what they want, what they're interested in, and I know their friends. I know their friends' families, what's going on there. It's really kept us close, and that's also important to me.
As a result of being homeschooled, I have more time, and I think all that time I've been spending with my family has really helped us get closer together and have more contact.
Homeschooling has relaxed Donna a lot. She's changed in that way. She seems to have lost a lot of the feeling that a lot of kids have that learning is a competitive activity. She's not quite so negative all the time. She doesn't have an hour and a half a day where everything was wrong. Her sense of humor has come back a lot. The learning is more natural, and Donna has more focus.
She's noticeably different in that she's calmer and more mature and not worried about all the little soap operas that happen between all the kids at school. Her overall demeanor is more patient and more mature.
I really actually haven't thought about college, but I think I'd just go to college like everybody else. And also, I'm 12, so I don't really think about college that much.